Class A, we've been spending time learning how to conjugate a verb into the subjunctive. Take the present tense yo form, drop the O, add the opposite ending, and now we're going to find out why we even need to know it. Well, as I've been mentioning, first of all, a lot of times those same exact steps are used to form commands, but that's not what we're focused on right now. What we're focused on, if I go to our topics notes real fast, is expressing desires, likes, and preferences. That was supposed to be an underline. It's hard to do with a mouse, and for that we use the subjunctive mood, and we also use cuando plus the present subjunctive to make some future statements, and that's what we're going to start with. So there are plenty of reasons to use the subjunctive mood, but here are the two we are focused on in this unit. And the first is we use the present subjunctive to refer to situations and events that have not yet occurred in sentences like this. Cuando plus the present subjunctive verb phrase plus the future statement, which may be in the future tense, like in this example right here. When, here's the present subjunctive. The present tells you what tense it's in. Tense tells you time, and it's present. So when we are in Miami, which we're not yet, it's a future phrase that hasn't happened yet, we are going to see or watch a baseball game. So that's what that sentence is used for, or looks like, and we use the present subjunctive after cuando, and we can use ir plus opus infinitive to make a future statement. Or we can say when I'm 30 years old, surely public phones will not exist. You are not 30 yet, so it's an event that hasn't occurred yet, so this part's going to go in the present subjunctive. And remember, in Spanish, you aren't an age, you have an age. So cuando plus the present subjunctive of tener, got to take the yo form first, which is tengo, drop the O, add the opposite ending. It will be tenga 30 años. Surely public phones will not exist. The verb to exist is existir, and don't forget to form the future tense. You take the whole darn infinitive plus the ending, and since I'm saying public phones won't exist, I need to say they will not exist, so my ending's on. Los teléfonos públicos. And of course, public telephones could have gone in front of the verb, but sometimes the subject comes after, and that's okay. And here I would like you to write your own example sentence. Go ahead and copy this down. When I graduate, I will blank. So you're going to need to write down cuando. Then you're going to need the present subjunctive of to graduate. And then after it, you're going to need a future tense statement. Make it a good one. You're Spanish 3 students. Make me proud. All right, so that's one reason to use the present subjunctive mood. Let's find out what our other one is. Another reason to use the subjunctive mood is to express wishes, desires, likes, and preferences when there is also a change in subject. So those would look like this. You're going to have one subject at the beginning of your sentence to say that someone wishes, desires, likes, or prefers that someone else, here's the subject change, do something. And that one will go in the subjunctive. You should know from your English classes that this first part of the sentence is the main or independent clause. My parents want, I hope, we wish. Those are main or independent clauses. That the kids study more, that she lend me money, that the dog doesn't bark. Those are subordinate or dependent clauses, and a second subject, and that part goes in the subjunctive. Here's an example sentence. A mis padres le encantan que yo los llame para hablar de mi vida. What is this saying? Well, we know that it's saying my parents love that, or because encantar works like gustar, literally it is enchanting to my parents that I call them in order to talk about my life. Here is encantar in the regular present indicative, and here is llamar in the present subjunctive. And that's how these sentences work. To express these feelings, wishes, desire, likes, and preferences, you may use these verbs that work like gustar. You should know what all of them mean because they are in your gustar notes. Here's a spelling error. Let's fix that. Interesar. And you might use these verbs that do not work like gustar. They're just normal verbs. We should know what these mean. To want that, to hope that, to prefer that, to desire that, feel free to write down definitions. It's good for you. So again, to want that, to hope that, to prefer that, to desire or wish that. These are in your Gustar notes. Or you can use this phrase, which is not a verb, so it can't be conjugated or changed. Ojalá que. With this phrase, que may be omitted, and it means let's hope that, I hope that, may God grant that it doesn't rain today, or something like that. To finish your notes, all I require is that you copy down this information here for us to practice with together in class. And between each sentence, you should have 3 blank lines. So you're going to write it down, 1, 2, 3 blank lines, then the next one. And that's all you need to do to get your notes credit. Good job.